Yo, 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 what's happening, my homies, my homeboys, my homegirls? Alright, here we go. Check out Simply Stock Trading. I want to see this go from 3 to at least 33. When you guys watch this, it's going to do you absolutely no harm whatsoever to follow my page, support, and share the love, guys. Got loads of charts on this, some trades that I took, and the entries and exits, rationale for the trades, psychological issues that I've been coming up against, and some tips and tricks and ideas about the stock market through my experience over the past about 4 years. And not a financial advisor. Thank you. Right, June recap. June is in the books. Solid month. um, but it's a minus. I screwed up on VCIG because I took a position short, and because my account was close to going from a margin account to cash account, I held on to the position, because if I had taken the $80 loss, $100 loss, which was a manageable loss at the time, it would have left me in with a cash account, and then that would have been hard to kind of claw back. In hindsight, that's what I should have done, but instead of doing that, I threw away an extra 400 quid or 370, whatever it was, and I took the big loss, hoping that the stock would come back down, which it didn't. So it's a mistake that I've made before, and it's just a psychological issue. Glad to have made such, as I said in my tweet here, glad to have such a lesson with a small account. It's market tuition. I'm going to replenish. I'm not disheartened. I know I'm a good trader. If I can lose 400 quid on a trade, I can make 400 quid on a trade. So it's not the end of the world. Glad I have a big. I don't have a big account at the moment, so this is perfect place and time to learn. VCIG, this is the day I lost it. If we go to the we need to go to 15. Say we go to 15-minute on 15 days. Should cover it. Right, it just went nuts, and I was looking at the chart and it's like, this is such a steep uptrend here. This is gonna reverse. But I have my loss journal here, which I write my big losses, my stupid losses into. So I'll just go through this trade and I'll read it out, and then I'm going to close off the video because I'm going to have my steak. So let's see if we can go left. Where is it gone? Where's my scroll? Where's my scroller? It's not allowing me to scroll. Why is that? 1 second. 15 days. Bang. Right. So if we go, oh my god, stop popping up. Right. So this is it on a 5-minute. Now let's see if we can get down to 1 day, 1 minute. Bang. Just like that. Scroller. There we go. Thank you. Perfect. So VCIG, it's just right. The thesis. I actually initially took a long. The initial issue was that I was trading AI on the day. Okay, so let's explain. AI on the same day, right? 20th of June. Bear with me. Let's go and get this. Right? Watch. There's 27th. There's the 15th. So AI has been bobbing up and down all over the place. There's the 20th. I thought this was going to go long. So I went long and stopped out, tried to dip by it, which was foolish, and had to stop out again. So that kind of annoyed me. So VCIG, then coming into that with a bit of annoyance, which you should never do. You should never do. Never bring annoyance from one trade into another, but can be tricky sometimes. So then VCIG was running, and I was like, oh my god! I came across it was in the high fours, and I was like, like at the time, like this was like a big move. Like it was like it was up and it was starting to break out. Like I came across this such a good time in hindsight. So I got involved in the high force here, and at one point I was down like 58 bucks because I had an average of 488, and I kind of oversized on the position. So then I was like, because I had lost on I was like, okay, just lock in. It's absolutely tragic, guys. What happened? Like I was in at 488, right? And I took my profits, average profits of summer. I took profits in here, like, and I missed all of this, all of this subsequent action. And look where it went. Like it's crazy. I could have made 500 to 1,000 bucks. Instead, I started dabbling in short here, stopping out, and then I dabbled in short actually initially here. I think stopped out. So let's just read it out. I had taken a loss on AI, which I was frustrated by. I saw VCIG and jumped in around 10:35 a.m. when it was spiking fast off of VWAP on volume. I see it's a low float and AI mentioned in the press release. So this is a low float, high volume mover. So I threw a 150 share market order in, 487, $4.87. VWAP was $4.30 at the time. And 1 million shares was being exchanged per minute. So this was big volume going through here on this one. So the long option is not a bad option at all. But there was no stop loss decided as such. It was a $720 position exposure. So I kind of jumped in without, because I was like, get in quick before this really goes. But that's not really good to rush into trades. Only fools rush in. I add to make it a 300 share position, 488 average. I sit through the pullback to 468, which was minus $58. Don't know how long I would have sat through if I had stayed coming down. That's an issue. No decision still on an exact stop out point. Position was too large for comfort, although a good setup, so maybe allow some leeway for a wider risk, but it must be decided upon, and preferably a point on the chart which makes sense, i.e. VWAP, or maybe something like start a dabble position in 488s and then don't add until it gets above 5, and then you could maybe add with a risk on here or on $5 maybe, although you might have been stopped out, so you don't want to allow some leeway. I want to see how it develops. So there was time to just chill and see how it goes and add slowly. I take the profits in the low fives. Could have let the position of trade. I could have let the portion of trade, even half or more, run. I was too anxious to leave it space to work. So I didn't allow it space to work due to anxiety. Um, because I have an account that's teetering on cash account, bear that in mind. So I'm already down on AI on the day, about 60 bucks, I think. So I just was too anxious. I needed a bit more. I have noted down here, I needed a bit more quickness of thought to recognize the fact that this is a low flow, it's high volume, hot sector, and a good time of day. So there's a whole lot of things going for this stock. I could have brought my stop to $4.80 area, break even, and just sat back and just watched it. Still, profit on this trade was $72. I just was keen to lock it in. No major harm done. So there is no major harm done in locking in 72. But they talk about the saying on Wall Street, oh, can't go broke taking a profit. Well, yeah, you can, because you need profits at at some point you need your account to grow. So you need to try and maximize these opportunities. Some people don't like trading these because they move so fast, which is fair. Um, but with a small size, you can really get a nice gain on this one. Now, going into the issue, trade number 2, I took a listed day 1 short on this. So I started thinking about the short now that the stock was extending. And so, as I said, this was a mistake considering the circumstances, the low float, high volume, and AI news. I started 32 shares short at $6.35. Okay, so it's up here where I started. It looks extremely extended, and I'm anticipating a sharp pullback. So, like this was looking extremely extended. Bum, 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 bum. Like it was looking for extremely extended off this, like. So it's up like 50%, is it? Yeah. So it's up over 50%. So too much volume, low flow, and it rips higher and higher despite some high volume red candles, tricking me into the run being over. So I suppose that one maybe tricked me a bit. And every red candle is followed by a strong upward reaction. Yeah, so here strong reactions, suggesting momentum buyers, etc., and shorts too aggressive. I add and have a 60 share short position now at $6.26. I buy to cover for a small loss at 640. So I got out 640. I was like, nah, it's too strong. So I hopped out. Unfortunately, so this was the big mistake. Instead of taking stock of the situation, I started to think it's topping out in here. So I add back 30 shares at 645. I mean, what was I thinking here? I add back here somewhere. Crazy. So silly. I add to 50 shares at 653. I mean, it's crazy. With the volume on the stock, like such a naive mistake. Like I should know better. But the stock rips higher and spikes to the sevens. I add 50 shares then at 750 because they're so extended. I'm thinking maybe this is going to flash down really fast, and so this is adding to a loser. So this is a big mistake. So got short on high vol low float plus hot. I need to go. Use and then add to user. So that's a mistake. So 1 second. So the conundrum I was in was if I take a loss here now, I'm left with a cash account of about $400, meaning I can't use margin. This felt like the last day I had a chance to take a margin position. So the trade now almost had to work, quote unquote, had to work. The alternative was now a painful pill to swallow. That was going away with a $400 account and how challenging it has been to grow a 400 account above $500 with just cash positions. But I could have saved myself and the $400. All I needed to do was save that, and then I could have saved a couple of $100 and deposited. Instead, I risked blowing it all. I held and hoped it would just come down. Stock goes to the nines, halts, reopens down the low eights. Again, I think I've got away with it. As you can see there, yeah. But another twist, it turns again and rips from the lowies. Had a chance to cover for about minus $135, about 20% loss. Goes from the lowies all the way to high day of 11.32. Just enough, of course, to stop me out. My broker hasn't stopped me out then. Ironically, after my broker forces me out, is the exact top, and it cools off for the remainder of the session, reaching as low as $4 the next day. As low as the fours the next day. So you can see then it cools off and it's back down as low as the fours the following day. So I mean, had I just got away with it, would have, but you don't want to play those games. So how can I prevent a repeat? These players move too fast to take large positions. That's the first point to note. Secondly, I must choose my risk and stick to the trade plan. Adding to a loser must never happen unless part of a trade plan. I really should have held my initial long and not tried to guess tops. Volume float and favourable news, so extreme caution to be applied if shorting these. Pay attention to the 15 minutes, 30-minute time frames. Often better to wait for red candles, at least one, to form, and price action thus cools with fading volume. Thank you and good night.